Yes, it's Tansy again, the carers coach, coming to you with your last email in this sequence. Although I will be sending you more things if I get them together. I'm thinking of starting a blog with my experiences and things that have helped me and hopefully will help you to avoid stress and burnout. Now, this email is all about emotions. As I've said in the email, I felt things as a carer that I never thought I would ever feel towards the person that I love, towards somebody who can't help behaving the way they behave. But we're human, and it's okay to feel the way you feel. Caring for someone can bring up all kinds of complex emotions, but emotions in themselves are neither good nor bad. Emotions are only connected to the meaning that we give them. They're just emotions. Some people may say anger is a negative emotion, for instance, and happiness is a positive emotion. But actually, they're just emotions, and you know they're going to pass. There are so many emotions, and as a carer, you're going to feel a lot of them. And sometimes, if you're like me, you may feel guilty for some of the feelings that you feel. I'm going to give you a list of emotions that some of the clients I've worked with, some of the female carers that I work with have told me. Often when they feel unprepared for the role that they've been found themselves in, and they can't always avoid these difficult feelings. And sometimes in caring, we're stretched to the utmost in terms of our emotional resilience and our limits. So some of the things that I've heard, some of the emotions that people, including myself, have felt: anxiety, stress, sadness, grief, fatigue, depression, loneliness, guilt, helplessness, resentment, frustration, anger, shame. That's quite a list of things that we would normally label emotions we really shouldn't be feeling. I don't know who said we shouldn't be feeling them. I just know that until I learned about how emotions work, and they're only as valid as the meaning we attach to them. So if we say to ourselves, oh my God, I shouldn't be feeling that way, I'm really an awful person to feel anger towards the person I care for, or resentment, you're beating yourself up. You're the one that's telling you that it's wrong to feel a certain way. And I think if you give yourself a hard time having these feelings, it's important to understand that they're common. They're very common in carers. They're very common in life. But imagine the challenges you face as a carer. It's not easy. It is incredibly hard being a carer. Not that there aren't moments in caring which are funny, which might make you laugh sometimes. I remember my daughter coming home from her school and asking me if her uncle and aunt were Catholics or prostitutes. And I found that really funny. You know, I try and find optimism wherever I can. But don't get me wrong, I think I have felt all of those emotions. And there are some emotions that some of us will do anything to avoid. But I say, When you feel these things, instead of trying to squash the feeling down or ignore it or do something to get out of it really quickly, the thing to do is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you're feeling that way. Think what's triggered that. Think about why you're feeling this way. Maybe your needs aren't being met. Maybe there's something that you can change that might make you feel differently. You know it's not the fault of the person you care for if they've called you for the 100th time that hour just to tell you they don't need you. I've been there, I really, really know it. And swearing under my breath as I go and then plastering a smile on. Yes, you rang. Emotions are a very complicated issue. There's so much more to the psychological aspect of them that I don't think I have the time to go into here, but I certainly will in the group. The most important thing for me is that you don't beat yourself up when you feel a certain way. Consider it natural and consider giving yourself permission to feel whichever way you need to feel at any given time. It doesn't mean because you feel angry you have to hit out at someone. What it means is you can learn what made you feel angry. How can you deal with that anger in a way that doesn't affect anybody else? Emotions are powerful things. And if I ever get to work with you, we'll do a lot more work on emotions and triggering what triggers your emotions and what the underlying reason is, because there's always an underlying reason to any one emotion. Often with carers, it's not feeling heard or not feeling connected or just pure exhaustion. I'd like to invite you one more time, if you haven't already, to join my Facebook group, The Carers Corner. It's a small group at the moment, but it's growing and I'm so pleased. I am live in there every Friday at 6 p.m. to set you up for the weekend, and I would absolutely love to have you in there as somebody who I can support and share strategies, techniques, tips. And I'm also a hypnotherapist, so you might get a bit of that in there as well. So please do join, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.